Hello, this is Limitless333. On Discord, I go by Strategic Gamer, and this is the first seasonal tournament for Legends of Runeterra. I'm going to be recording my matches. In the tournament today, I'm playing Draven Ezreal, Feel the Rush with Sejuani, and Go Hard with Curse Keeper. I will briefly just have my decks on screen. This is the Draven Ezreal list. The tech cards that I'm playing that are a little bit unusual are the two Culling Strikes, a Scorched Earth, and I'm running a Progress Day. Feel the Rush, instead of running Trundle, I'm running Sejuani. And because of that, I'm running Ancient Yeti. I'm doing this primarily to trade with 5/5s. Trundle is after his nerf from a 4/6 to a 4/5, he just dies to 5/5s like Gangplank. So I feel Ancient Yeti's better now. I'm running Voices of the Old Ones because I want to win the mirror, and having a ramp 2 card as opposed to Weirding Stone, which is a ramp 1 card, gives you an advantage in the mirror. And the Go Hard version I'm running is running 3 Cursed Keeper as a anti-aggro tech. The 4/3 is good against most of the aggro decks in the format. It's also pretty good in the mirror. They have to block it, and then they have to use one of their deal 1 damage to it. And I'm running 1 Ladros and 1 Atrocity and 1 Ruination. The deck draws a lot, so just having 1 copy of each of these cards helps have an alternate win condition in the event that the Go Hard plan isn't going to work. And the 1 Ruination to just for fighting mid-range decks. With the lineup I'm playing today, I'm planning to ban Fearsome decks and Nightfall decks. And if my opponent's playing neither of those, I'm planning to ban Soraka Tahm Kench. And now we're just waiting for the first round to start and to be let in for the first round, which should be opening here in approximately 2 minutes. So it looks like in the first round we're going to be facing Mogrock. So I don't see Fearsome here, so I'm planning on banning this Soraka Tahm Kench deck. Looks like a pretty standard list. So it looks like I'll be playing against Pirates here. Let's see if there's anything notable about the Pirates. There's 2 Captain Farrons in the Pirate list. That's the notable tech card there. And then Go Hard. He's on 2 Commander Ladros. So his version's even a bit greedier than mine. So I'm just gonna, it looks like we have some time, so I'm gonna go through the list a little bit slower. Just hover over all the cards. I expect most of my opponents today will be banning my Draven Ezreal list. And the reason I think they're going to be banning Draven Ezreal is that the matchups for Feel the Rush and Go Hard are fairly similar. I chose these three decks because I felt pretty confident fighting aggro decks with these three decks. Overall, yes, it's weak to Fearsome, my lineup, but that was the only aggro deck that seemed like it would be an issue. Most mid-range decks are pretty weak to Ruination also. Yes, Shen Fiora has Deny, which can be a little bit of an issue, but I found that when I play Feel the Rush, the matchup's pretty even as long as you say Vile Feast for key barrier turns that they have. And unless they're on Nopify, they're pretty weak to Go Hard. So here it's gonna really be if the pirate deck can burn me out, draws well, and I draw poorly with my control decks. It looks like there's a chance that he doesn't ban Draven Ezreal. But when he sees Culling Strike in it, I assume he'll ban it, because Culling Strike is good against 5 out of the 6 champions among his 3 decks. Oh, I just noticed this. There's no Atrocity in his Go Hard deck, so I don't have to play around Atrocity. Whereas my opponent will have to play around Atrocity. That's pretty interesting. And this list is slightly weaker to aggro. The Cursed Keeper is going to be good. Will stop or hinder his ability to play around Atrocity. Because even if we don't have the Ladros, we might be able to knock him pretty low. Get him to 9 or so, and then go hard into an Atrocity turn. Something along those lines. Went for the ban on Go Hard. So here I'm just going to play Draven Ezreal. I feel pretty comfortable with Draven Ezreal against either deck. So against his deck, I just want to combo draw a bunch. I like House Spider here because it stops the Jagged Butchers. And I like the combos. Might just keep all of it.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
If he attacks with the Elise, I just trade it. I don't want to block with the 2-2 because 2-2 is not a particularly good go hard target.
So young.
See, my opponent had go hard anyway. If they had just go harded first, I would have been obligated to do the 2-2 into the 1-1. Tri-beam is a good draw here. It's always good to get the tri-beams early. I don't have a particularly good discard yet, and Chump Wimp will give me clouds for the Dredger. I didn't attack first there because I was going to want to play the Sentry this turn anyway. Not going to attack with the 3-2. 3-2 could be useful at points I need to release later. Might die to a gold card from Twisted Fate, but then he's not red carding. So maybe the 2-1 can trade with the 2-2. Another Swamp Dredger is a pretty good draw. Means Tri-Beam's going to get pretty big this game. And Chump Wimp is going to give us good discard fodder.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. Eyes open.
Still went to the blue. Interesting. This will make his attacks difficult.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
He's gonna play pretty aggressive. So I have to choose between playing Draven or the Sump Dredger. I'm unlikely to use the axes here, so I'm just gonna play the bigger body. This is good because right now it can kill the Twisted Fate.
A game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
Now I'm going to trade in because I want to threaten to deal additional damage. And I'll trade the 2-1 for the 1-2 because my opponent could always draw Go Hard, and this could be worthless anyway.
Just run while you can.
I didn't consider the attack order too much. Maybe I should have. It doesn't look like it mattered at all. It's important to keep track on how much this is. Hopefully my opponent plays something here. It reduces the chance that they could play a follow-up Twisted Fate after I Thermogenic Beam.
Like a fish in water.
This is good for me. Means that he can't play Twisted Fate this turn.
I'm out.
That is my cat in the background. And my opponent can't Ruination yet, so I'm just going to be aggressive.
I have the best job. For silver I talk, for gold I feast it.
pretty good draw. This can kill a follow-up Twisted Fate.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
My opponent passes the Culling Strike, then can get the Powdered Keg also.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
So they kept tabs on what got burned. Anyway, I have to open attack here to play around Ruination. And I don't want to block the keg.
Watch and
I'm
learn.
attacking with the quick attack unit first, and the weakest unit last. Generally, you want to do this because you can threaten lethal sooner, making it more difficult to block the weaker unit. But here, my opponent has
Something the
Ruination,
matter.
which they're running 2 of, so they're likely to have it. Gonna have to be pretty aggressive with their blocks. So this is dealing 2 everywhere. It doesn't actually change any of the math to kill this. I could, in theory, Mystic Shot some of these. I don't know what it accomplishes.
You hoping they'll die of boredom? Don't win. My beautiful face.
I did not use Lucky because I don't have anything to focus on. And this turn I'm likely to progress today.
Come closer. I don't bite.
I probably should try beam that. It'll be unfortunate if he has another glimpse, but I think making a 5-drop is pretty strong. On average.
I'll burn for what I've done.
I'm not calling striking that because it's
If I
the
kill you, I don't fortune, stupid.
I unfortunately don't have a good response to Ladros here.
I'm always up for a round or two.
I'm gonna go ahead and Culling Strike this because I want to attack right away. I don't want him to get glimpse.
Who has the Serpentine?
Go time!
I give you masters!
You pay first. Say your farewells.
Keep up, keep up.
Alright, now he has pack your bags. Just keep in mind.
I pull the strings.
Now you could have a pack your bags here. The best play is probably going to still be stunning the zap with the Arachnoid Sentry. Yeah, because it can blow ghoulies. This technically got big enough, but I don't want to even take two if I can avoid it.
A tribute to the Spider God.
It's Draven time.
You had the pack your bags. Yeah.
Draven down.
We could use a bite.
Which was a good draw. And then some trigger was a good draw. And then I think I'm just gonna kill probably the Zap here.
Too slow.
I think my opponent's holding Ruination. I'd rather save the Thermogenic because I might actually have to kill Ladris later.
So young.
This could be a good draw. We'll see. If Ezreal is good enough to win the game here. So the dilemma I have here is I'll have to guillotine him if I play Ezreal. I'm gonna go for it.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
And if he were for some reason not attack. And I don't think there's a really good reliable way to set up a double Noxian Guillotine next turn. I'm gonna just guillotine now.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
My opponent's at 8 here. I'm gonna just guess that I can open attack and hit him for 5. And then I get 2 more here for 7. And this will deal 2 damage right now. You can't even lunge it.
Stop bragging if you could back it up.
And then I can just Static Shock.
I don't change fate, but I can see it.
And let's see if that's good enough. And it was. Won the first game.
And Ezreal is victorious! Oh, yeah!
Now I play my Ledger's Field of Rush deck. So here in this matchup, I'm more afraid of the Ladros play than I am of the Go Hard play. I'm going to keep 1 Voices and 1 Field of Rush because they can get slowish draws. Ancient Yeti's great. There should be enough defense even against a relatively fast draw. And now I definitely have enough defense against a fast draw. So just expect a lot of passing from me here.
I know what lurks in the shadows. Skitter out from the darkness.
And I'm just going to Avalanche here, I think. I'll pass, but if my opponent plays anything, I'll definitely Avalanche. My opponent usually passes here. Alright, well he didn't pass, so I'm definitely going to play Avalanche. I'm going to play this one, just so he thinks I top 6. And that's fine. What's important about Voices here is I don't need to play it next round. I don't need to jump to 9. It doesn't really do me any good here. I want to get to the 12-minute turn.
Deal me in. Dead in their tracks.
That's decent for me. Just anytime they're not drawing, it's pretty good. This is also a pretty good draw. So, the reason Cavern Keeper is good here is mainly for healing
You
the
will
Yeti.
suffer long.
So, here I technically don't need to Avalanche if I don't want to. I could just block and heal. I think I am going to Avalanche. And then let him go hard the Yeti. And then I'll save the mana. I just want to kill Twisted Fate. Getting rid of Twisted Fate's important. And if for some reason he doesn't just immediately kill this with a go hard, oh, for sure heal with but I expect to go hard here.
We playing bilge rules, son?
Come on in.
Have a go hard. Huh.
For silver I talked, for gold I feasted.
And I would prefer to catalyst this turn, so I'm not going to play the easy.
Another round.
Where you going?
This is outrage!
Saw Ruination go. It's kind of nice. Yeah, this ramp's really excessive.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one.
Huh.
Blue as the Serpentine.
I'm gonna have to do something here.
Come closer. I don't bite.
So I might as well go to 10. I can play Feel the Rush either way. I can play Ladris either way.
A game? Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
So here, if my opponent has Ruination and I play Ladris, they basically have to play it. I know he only has one more Ruination left. So I should just play the Ladris and not the Feel the Rush. If I play Feel the Rush, he only takes 11. Here he takes 9 off the Ladris, and then I still have Feel the Rush that I can follow up with next turn. And more importantly, the Ruination kills his own Twisted Fate, which is a nice bonus. And this play can still win the game, of course. And there's the Ruination. And we know that's the second one. He burned the first one when he played a salvage earlier. So now we're just gonna pass and Feel the Rush.
Bounty Board knows me name.
And here's where we get the big payoff of this version of the deck.
My blade calls!
You should have left well enough alone. Kings and vagrants alike will fall.
And here we're just gonna vengeance the Ladris, because right now he'd go to 4, and so this will be lethal if he doesn't do anything to stop the Trindomer. And here we hit OK, and we win.
No!
That's why it's important to pay attention to what cards your opponent burns.
I refuse!
Not even a challenge.
And there it is. There's a victory for Limitless 333. This is round 1 of the first Legends of Runeterra seasonal tournament. I'll be back in approximately 36 minutes with round 2.